Welcome to Sterling Spotlight, where we give a spotlight on cybersecurity and all things tech. Hey Canada, did you know that October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month? Today's episode is really exciting, and this one will be a part one of our two-part episode with Get Cyber Safe. Get Cyber Safe is a national public awareness campaign by the Government of Canada and is created to inform Canadians about cybersecurity and the simple steps you can take to protect yourselves online. I'm your host, Peaches Matarang Cesario, Chief Strategist at Sterling Information Technologies. Today, I'm joined by our very special guest, Christine Menard. Christine is the Director of Marketing and Communication Services. Christine was appointed as Director of Marketing and Communication Services in May 2019. Christine started at CSE in 2016 in Public Affairs and Communication Services as a Senior Project Officer. She worked closely with the recruitment team to develop CSE's first ever advertising campaign and public opinion research study. Christine brings her extensive experience in marketing and communications for her time at Public Safety Canada, where she led the Get Cyber Safe, Stop Hating Online, and Get Prepared public awareness campaigns. Before that, she worked in communications and research at National Defence and Health Canada. Christine holds a Bachelor of Commerce concentration in Marketing and International Management from the University of Ottawa and a Master of Marketing Analysis from the University of Ghent in Belgium. Hi, Christine. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Peaches. It's so great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me on the podcast.
We are so excited and so pleased to have you on the show. I know it's September, but October is just around the corner. And, while I'm very familiar with Cybersecurity Awareness Month, can you tell us why the Government of Canada created Get Cyber Safe and what Cybersecurity Awareness Month is all about?
Absolutely, I can do that. The Canadian government recognized the need for cybersecurity. This was going back years and years and years. And in 2011 or 2010, released the National Strategy on Cybersecurity. And part of that was the launch of the Get Cyber Safe public awareness campaign. So Get Cyber Safe really is that campaign that is for all Canadians of all levels of understanding of cybersecurity. So it's really not meant for people that have a lot of familiarity with software engineering or computer science. It's really meant for all of us everyday Canadians that just need help, securing our computers, securing our phones, securing all our devices. And so it was launched back in 2011, and I actually started on the campaign in late 2012. And can I tell you how much things have changed in the world of cybersecurity since then? So I think at that time, I really only had maybe one device at home. I had maybe a personal computer. I didn't have that many accounts. And since then, of course, our day-to-day lives now are, cyber is everything. Apps and our devices, they're so important for everything we do. So Get Cyber Safe really has followed those trends and is really helping Canadians secure their devices and secure their accounts. And so it's really meant to be an all Canadian approach. So the hub of the campaign is our website, getcybersafe.ca. And on that website, you'll find really basic and clear and complete information on securing your network, so your Wi-Fi network at home, securing your devices, like I mentioned, your phones, your tablets, your computers, etc., and then securing your accounts. And so we do want to reach all Canadians, so we make that information accessible not only through the website with like text, but also through blogs, through infographics, through videos, and through our social media channels. And so it's really making it so that Canadians can access the information in a method that makes sense for them. We also then take it a step further and tailor that information to different audiences. So you'll see a whole series of information on Get Cyber Safe that's aimed at older adults. So making sure that we're meeting older adults' needs in terms of what they need to know about cybersecurity, And then same thing for teaching younger children about cybersecurity and how we can help them learn about it. So that, in a nutshell, is the Get Cyber Safe campaign.
That is so fantastic because, with Sterling, and like yourselves, we're in it day in and day out. And so we really understand the importance of making sure that all of our devices are protected. Like you said, that, our parents and the more seniors are protected and they can make sure that they can get online safely as well as our kids. One of the things that I find is that cybersecurity, even though you and I have been living it for many, many years, it's kind of become, a buzzword in the last, I would say 10, 15 years, and even more so to the masses within the last, few years, with the pandemic and the rise of cybersecurity attacks, not just on multinational, but even on small businesses and even from it could be your neighbor, somebody probably got their Facebook hacked. Somebody, maybe, also got their Instagram taken over. And I think that, what you guys are doing is just so great because it's allowing everybody, like you said, it's for all Canadians. And all too often, we talk about the NIST framework, for our clients. But very little do we hear about the Canadian version of the NIST. And I think that, really bringing this out to the masses so that all Canadians can access it and really understand how important it is to stay safe online is such a great thing that you guys are doing. And I'm so glad that, you're working in conjunction with the government of Canada so that it can get out to more people. Can you maybe talk about, other previous campaign successes that you've had, before we talk about what's coming up in October?
Absolutely. So Get Cyber Safe is what we would call in the marketing world an always on campaign. So we
Mm-hmm.
are always pushing out content. And so usually we follow a typical cadence throughout the year where maybe we're going to talk about it, but our biggest part of the year is probably October for Cyber Month. But then that flows right into getting into the holiday season because so many Canadians are purchasing new devices or gifting new devices during the holiday season that we want to make sure that they're equipped with important information on how to make the right choices about those purchases.
Right.
And then after the holiday season, we go into a whole series of content about securing those devices and making sure they're safe. Then throughout January, February, we're talking about Data Privacy Day. Maybe we'll hit another important topic, like maybe one year we'll focus on making sure you have those updates, automatic updates put on your device. So that might be something that we focus on. Every year in March, we talk about Fraud Prevention Month. That's a whole of government campaign on fraud prevention. So we join in that campaign with Get Cyber Safe. Throughout the summer, then we'll talk about, maybe we'll run a cybersecurity challenge, or we'll talk about cybersecurity while traveling. And then in August, we'll get geared up for the back to school, and maybe Canadians are purchasing new devices, or maybe they're going to new learning institutions with new accounts, that kind of thing. So we get people prepped up for the back to school season, and that's where we are right now. And we're prepping into October for Cyber Month. So it's really a year-round campaign for cybersecurity.
That's so great. And like you said, through cybersecurity and what you're doing, it's not just for October, it just enhances a certain topic, but really cybersecurity and awareness of it, goes throughout the year. I was writing everything down because I can't wait, to go over these topics and potentially have you guys on so that we can, help promote this and get this out to our listeners as well. But before we do that, why don't you let us know what we can expect for this coming October and what the theme is?
Absolutely, I can do that. So, Cybersecurity Awareness Month is an international campaign that's held every October, really to highlight cybersecurity and the simple things that we can do to stay safe online. I'm going to say Canada started marking Cybersecurity Awareness Month around 2010, 2011, and Get Cyber Safe has been the lead for Cybersecurity Awareness Month in Canada. And so every year we really heavy up on our public awareness products during that month. So we'll see like new content and weekly blogs, infographics. Like it's a heavy up season for us. But really, the most important thing during that month is that it's an opportunity to reach out to organizations, Canadians across the country, and get them engaged in Cyber Month as well. And so last year we were seeing Sterling was a very active participant in Cyber Month, and it was great to see, sharing our posts on social media and really sharing those messages, and that's great to see. So that's such an important part of Cyber Month is we really try and engage organizations to become champions in that cybersecurity space. And that can either be like organizations that directly work in cybersecurity and that's their corporate mission is cybersecurity, but it can also be organizations that maybe have a different corporate mission but want to show to their clients and their partners that they are good cyber citizens, that they are protecting their business, that they're protecting their clients' data, really showing that leadership in the cyber security space. So that's a really good opportunity for organizations to say, hey, I'm paying attention, or we as an organization are paying attention to cybersecurity, and these are the steps that we're taking to showcase, to be cyber safe. And we're showcasing that now in Cyber Month. And so that's such an important component of Get Cyber Safe's Cyber Month rollout is materials for partners. So if you go to the Get Cyber Safe website, so getcybersafe.ca, I know I mentioned that already.
That's
You
okay.
can
Our listeners will want to know what that is.
you can find everything that you will need as either an organization or as an individual to run a cybersecurity campaign within your organization. So all of our resources on Get Cyber Safe are available in English and French and available for download, available for sharing. We'll even have pre-written text that you can use, like copy and paste and use on your cyber channel, images that you can include in your social media posts, social media header images that different organizations could use. So really, if this is if you as an organization you want to signal your strong values in terms of cybersecurity, this is a good way to go about it, to just use the Get Cyber Safe assets and then post your messages to social media or to your website. It's also a good opportunity during Cyber Month to remind your employees about strong cybersecurity protocols and practices and what they should be doing, and if they have a cyber concern, who they should talk to about it, and just to like reiterate those policies that you have within your organization.
Yeah, it's so great. I know, like you said, Sterling, we've really taken advantage of those marketing tools and assets because we really believe that, for our company, it's not just about the products that we provide, but it's about making sure that our clients are educated and empowered to understand how important it is to remain cyber safe, and also how that rolls down into an organization. So, when we discovered you guys, we were so thrilled because it is in total alignment of how we have always run the business. And I think that, if companies are not taking advantage of it, I think you should. We just see such a benefit with really utilizing the materials and the marketing things that we did even for last year. So what is the theme? I don't know. Can you divulge the theme to us for this coming October?
Absolutely, I can, and I would be happy to. So the theme for Cybersecurity Awareness Month 2022 is Fight Phishing, Ruin a Cyber Criminal's Day.
Oh, I
So
love it.
one thing about Get Cyber Safe is we do, like I said, we try to make cybersecurity accessible to everybody. We also try to have a little bit of fun with it and make it so that it's something that people like feel engaged in and want to do and have a little bit of fun with it. So that's kind of the idea where we're coming from with the theme this year. So, phishing
Mhm.
emails, phishing texts, we see them all the time. It's just become a part of our day to day. And in fact, they are the most, or one of the most common cyber scams that Canadians can get caught up in. And
Mhm.
in fact, it is one of the main vectors that cyber criminals use to infiltrate systems and get access to information. So indeed, if we fight phishing, we could ruin a cyber criminal's day. So if all Canadians get better at spotting phishing and not responding to phishing emails, I think we will collectively ruin very many cyber criminals' days. So that's really our focus for October 2022.
That's amazing. And, we've had, clients that have called us, um, saying, "Oh, I just clicked something. What do I need? What do I do?" And this was, back in the day, because right now all of our clients they're pretty aware of the do's and don'ts of email. But it's pretty scary, especially because these emails that you receive, sometimes they look like they're coming from a vendor, and what are the telltale signs, and how do you check before clicking that link. And so we've seen a lot of, and not just clients, but even friends and families where things get really messy for them. So I think I'm dying to ask you more questions about phishing, but I'm going to save it for our part two. Um, and so what I'm going to do is, I'm holding back. I'm having to filter here, but it's really exciting because, like you said, phishing is probably one of the top scams of, attempted cyber attacks, and not just for companies, but for average everyday people. So what I'm getting here, I just want to really hone in on some of the things that you talked about, because I know I'm going to ask you again to give our listeners your website. But just to summarize our discussion, cybersecurity awareness is not just 1 month. However, although October is for Cybersecurity Awareness Month, it's something that we need to think about throughout the year. And just, come October, there are so many other things that are highlighted, like specific themes. And I think that that's really important for people to understand as well. And then for organizations and companies, you guys have great marketing material and assets that they can use so that they can, promote this to their audience. And like you said, if we all know how to, spot those potential cyber attacks, then we can make a cyber criminal, like we can literally ruin their day. And part of that is understanding what phishing is and how to stop that. And like I said, I'm really excited to get into our part two, because we'll talk a little bit more about that and how to spot those. But Christine, thank you very much for being with us today. And I thank you and all our listeners for joining us in this episode. Again, this is the first of our two-part series with Get Cyber Safe. And on our next episode, we will go into detail about phishing. Be sure to join us then, because it will be so informative and helpful, not just for your business, but even in your daily lives. Christine, one last time, if you can please give us the website so that everybody can access all of the great materials that you guys have, that would be great.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. So it's getcybersafe.ca is our web address, and you can also find us on social media at getcybersafe.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And as always, if you have any feedback or if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at cyberteam@sterlinginfo.com or visit our website at www.sterlinginfo.com. Until next time, my name is Peaches Matarang Cesario, and I thank you for listening, and make it a great day.